find a spot for my phone so I can see where the hell I'm connecting. And here we go. Ha! Yeah! Cool! I did it! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Appreciate y'all sticking around. I am doing a little bit better. I'm still a little on the stuff side, but come to find out, my daughter's test results for COVID came up negative. My test results came up negative as well. I still have to go and see a doctor for some blood work on a couple of other things, but that's for another story. If you guys remember in the last video, I showed you my battery relocation kit. Well, I've already started working on it and basically routing it. I am going to be routing it on the outside of the truck instead of inside the truck. I know it's a little bit on the dangerous side, but I have it where it's tucked up. I'll show you guys here in a minute, but I have it where it's tucked up and up next to the bottom of the frame of the truck and away from the road and everything. I have self-tapping screws and some basically, I don't know what you really call them, but I guess looms, so it won't fall or drag anywhere. But I also have the gauges I'm going to be doing once the battery is relocated. But let's get started on the battery relocation kit, and I'll show you what I've done so far. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share with your friends. Truck is maybe a couple weeks out and should be ready to go. Alright, so basically what I've done is where my fuse box is over here. It's a little bit big, but it's whatever. I did away with the positive terminal and ran just the wire that's connected to the starter. Alright, and this is going to be my positive. Right now I've got it running to the back wall. This is just my fan wire, so I still need to work on that. But yeah, I've got it running back into here, and then basically what I've done here is I still need to basically put some insulation on this, but I run it down into the back, down underneath, and it is going to come down right where that's at, and it's going to meet right into here. So basically what you see is I'm going to be cutting a hole right here. I've got plenty of space, and I'm going to feed the wire up this way so that it'll connect to the positive. So I'm going to cut this hole real quick and feed the wire, and then I also have a rubber grommet that I'm going to have to use a little bit of electrical tape to help keep this in place, so there's no water or cold air that goes in through this hole. So I also have some sealant that I can use, if anything, on the other side to keep from water splashing in. And then we're going to start on the positioning for the negative battery, which that will be my negative side there. I'm going to just take that after I sand and clear all that shit out of there, and yeah, then we should be good. Alright guys, I'm back, and You can leave your comments down below. Don't hate me, but what I did was I lopped off the negative terminal and taped it up for the time being. Alright, I don't have much light in here, obviously, because it's dark, but I've got the negative terminal all hooked up right there to the body of the truck, and my positive terminal is run. And what I did was I made myself a little bracket. Needs a little work, but I got the positive run up. So let's pray this bad boy starts, or turns on, that is. Right? Let me find a spot for my phone so I can see where the hell I'm connecting. And here we go. Ha! Yeah! Cool! I did it! Got everything running. Let me make sure nothing's smoking up front. Everything seems to be good. Sweet. So, that's awesome. I got the... Oh, well, duh. I got the truck. The lights are working. That's sweet. My first time doing a relocation kit. And the lights are working in the truck. Yeah, I need to shorten up these wires now so that it won't be so too wiry. But yeah, battery's gonna sit right there for the time being until we can get some brackets, and this is gonna be sweet. I'm looking forward to now working on the gauges next, so we can get everything working correctly. But this is sweet. I'm extremely happy. The truck is turning on. I can actually lock it. So relocation done. Alright guys, now that we got the relocation kit all set, I'm gonna lock everything up, and I'll see you all in the morning. Alright, stick around for this. Welcome back, everybody. It is the following morning, and I'm now about to start doing some of the gauges and everything now that we got power to the truck finally, which I'm extremely happy about. Alright, so this is what it looks like right now. I got a bunch of I got some good extra wiring going on both the positive and the negative, so I might be able to relocate this battery a little bit better. I might end up trying to maybe, I don't know, take this off or something, because this is a pretty big heavy piece. So we might actually take this off and maybe put the box back here. Now, what I'm thinking about doing with the gauges that are up there is I'm thinking about routing the positive back this way and connect it to the battery over here. I'm not quite sure. I can hide everything a little bit better, and then run the negative power to the side panel to a good ground area, and then whatever wires I need to do, like air to fuel ratio to run to the sensor, it needs to go up through the front for the exhaust, and then I think that's pretty much it. And then I got to figure out what to do when it comes to the piping for the exhaust. We're going to do that next. So, okay, check out my little clusterfuck. So, I've got both gauges. Basically, what I'm doing is wiring them together. Alright, and then running and splicing into my source. which is already connected to the fuse box. I know this is dangerous. Don't do this at home. But this is my truck, and I'm going to do it my way. So, if it doesn't work, then I'll redo it. But yeah, it's a big old giant cluster. Got my positive, got my 12 volt there, positive, and then blue is negative. So, I'm going to finish this up and see if it actually works. Alright boys, I got everything installed, everything's put back into place. Moment of truth, ready? Woo! Everything's working. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's gorgeous. I am extremely happy. Alright, so gauges are working. Now, off to the next project. So that's awesome. So we got battery relocation done. Turbo housing, turbo hoses for the wastegate to the turbos, those are done. All the gauges are connected, the transmission, boost gauge, and fuel to air ratio. Those are all connected. Now what I need to do for the fuel to air ratio is run the green wire to my O2 sensor. And what I'm going to do is, I figured out, I think with the wiring harness, the dark green and orange is my upstream O2 sensor connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to maybe hot wire the green from here to that, so that there I'm not worried about cutting in and then stretching the O2 sensor and whatnot. But we also need to, next is the O2 sensor relocation. Okay, since we're doing the exhaust, the way I have everything set up for the time being is the downpipes are exactly where I need them to be. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to run this downpipe straight down and cut back this way and cross feed both pipes. But where, I'm not going to take the box off, but where the O2 sensor sits for the downpipe, there's a plug that sits right above where the transmission is, and I'm going to try to feed that plug out and back through. And what I'm going to do is try to run my O2 sensor from back here up straight up and run it down, so I can have it like maybe right around in here and run it straight down to the exhaust where the O2 sensor is going to sit. So getting close, getting really close. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, so right here I just received, this is my new upstream O2 sensor that we're going to extend because it's too small. But this right here is my new fuel pump that we're going to fabricate into the actual fuel system. So this is a 425 or 450 LPHs. Enough to, this right here I'll be able to hold E85 with the fuel injectors that I have in it right now. Seems like I got enough fuel pressure. I don't know, it's showing that I have 40 psi of fuel pressure right now. But yeah, just got this in. I'm still waiting on the new map sensor for that, to replace that and the connector. Should have it over the weekend, and then we'll be able to install it. But this comes with all the hardware, the hose, the clamps, the filter, and the extra wires to do some extra wiring, because that's what we're going to probably end up having to do if we're fabricating the pump, obviously. So wish me luck on that, but that's going to be for another video. On top of that, I also got this in the mail recently. This is a 2.5-inch billet exhaust flange. So what this is I'll have this sitting, well, on the side of the bumper here, and that's where it's going to sit. It's going to basically sit, if you had the bumper, if you could imagine the bumper being right here, and that will exit out the 2.5-inch pipe. So, but yeah, we're getting there. Got the gauges done. Got all the wiring over here all situated, so it's nice and tucked. It's nice and set away. Next thing I need to do is take care of the fan electrical. If you can see those wires that are hanging down there, that'll be running to an old switch that I was using my LED bar lights. So I'm going to run it to my Sasquatch light button here. So it'll light up nice and green, the way I like it. But I'll run my fan off of that. So, but yeah, we're getting really close. I'm really happy about the gauges working. And that the idea that I did was splicing it into the other gauges together and using it as one. It seems like I'm not losing any type of power. I've got plenty of juice, it looks like. But yeah, so far we're getting close. We're getting really, really close. I think the next thing I need to start doing is removing the exhaust that's down here, the stock exhaust. So this bad boy right here, we're going to remove. And then we're going to go ahead and take care of the O2 sensor. Stretch that out so that we can fabricate where we're going to put it on this exhaust pieces here. And start doing some shitty welding. And getting the exhaust done and put up. And then we're also going to be replacing that. So this is all coming out. This is all coming out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these pipes. I'm going to go run out to maybe Lowe's or AutoZone to see if I might be able to find some connections. But I have some pipes and some ideas of what I'm going to do to run the cooling fan. And I'm also going to have that connected to that Sasquatch button as well. So once I turn on the fans to the radiator, this fan will kick on as well. And that'll help push more air into the actual radiator and the transmission cooling lines. We might have to move the cooling fan down a little bit further, you know, probably closer to the edge down here. And then what we're going to do is put the new intercooler on and cut some holes down and bolt it up into place. And then I have some hangers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these right here, these points, and bolt the mounts up top and mount them up to this. It'll look a lot better. Alright guys, well, I got my neighbor across the way shooting off, so you might guys hear some popping off in the background. So, but listen, the O2 sensor that's down in the bottom is proven to be just a tad bit on the difficult side. I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this video here, and then next video you guys will see the O2 sensor, the exhaust, the O2 sensor and the exhaust done, and everything else situated, okay? So he's taking a break. I had to pause for a second. But if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up if you like this video, for everything that I've done so far. And definitely share with your friends and whoever's interested in seeing this build keep going. And I will see you guys all in the next video, alright? Love, peace, and Mopar grease, guys. Later.